Hello guys, welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to continue with reproductive system of frog. As you followed me earlier, in my previous video I talked about internal structure of frog. So in today's tutorial, before I proceed to today's tutorial, happy new month to you guys. I wish you all the best and I wish you more success in whatever you're doing. Thank you very much for stopping by. So now let's get started. So as you can see, reproductive system in frog. So I'll explain the term reproductive system. So now please pay attention. I will advise you to use your earpod or your earpiece just to make sure you are focused on this tutorial and you are able to listen to me properly. Very good. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I will start explaining from the textbook I'm holding right here. The, the respiratory system deals with the exchange of gases, that is, oxygen and carbon dioxide. As you can see, oxygen and carbon dioxide. So, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, as you can see. So, so now I will proceed. Frog shows three type of reproductive system. Number one, pulmonary I'm very sorry, guys. Frog shows three types of respiratory system: pulmonary respiration through lungs, buccal pharyngeal respiration through the buccal cavity, and cutaneous respiration through the skin. Generally, generally, respiratory requirements are filled by the cutaneous and buccal pharyngeal respiration, while pulmonary respiration only takes place when there is great need of oxygen, that is when the frog is on the land. I hope you understand that concept. Very good. So now the first thing I'm going to explain now is pulmonary respiration. I already explained the term reproductive system of frog, so I will tick that. So now I'm going to explain pulmonary respiration. So pay attention, guys. Pulmonary respiration. Pulmonary respiration takes place by the lungs. In frog, the larynx is called the laryngotracheal chamber, which communicates with the lungs through a pair of short bronchioles. The lingo the lingotracheal the lingotracheal chamber opens anteriorly in the buccal cavity through the glottis. There are two oval, thin-walled sac-like sacs thin-walled sacs lining in the anterior part of the body cavity called lungs. They extend and contract by taking in and expelling out oxygen, inhalation and exhalation. I hope you understand. Inspiration and expiration. You understand that concept, guys? Very good. Each lung is covered by a layer of peritoneum. The inner surface of a lung is enfolded into numerous chambers of stepper called alveoli, which increase the surface area of respiration. The walls of the alveoli are richly supplied with blood capillaries where purification of blood takes place. That is where the blood picks oxygen and purification occurs. I hope you understand, guys. That is very good. Keep following me. The act of pulmonary respiration starts when the frog is at rest and needs more oxygen. During pulmonary respiration, the mouth is tightly closed and the throat falls and rises regularly. The act of the rise and fall of throat is performed by the hyoid apparatus, which consists of Two pairs of muscles, stechronia and petroira, attached from hyoid bone to sternum and squamosal respectively. I hope you understand that concept, guys. So now I'm going to write the two pairs of muscles. The two pairs of muscles, I want you guys to take note of this so you can write it down as well. This is the first one, and the second one. I hope you understand this, guys. Okay, if you can't see the name, I will show you now. So as you can see, that is the second name. So now we are going to look into mechanism of respiration. Now I'm going to look deep into mechanism of respiration, guys. Mechanism of respiration. As the stynogia muscle contracts, the hyoid bone is pulled down to increase the volume of the buccal cavity. To fill up the vacuum thus created, air rushes through the external ear into the buccal cavity through the olfactory lobe and inner ears. This act of respiration is known as aspiration. So guys, the first one I'm going to write here is aspiration. I hope you understand that concept, guys. Known as aspiration. So now the external ears are closed by the elevation of movable maxillary of upper jaw. Later, the petrohyoid 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 muscles contracts, due to which the throat is raised up, exerting pressure on the ear present in the buccal cavity. Exerting pressure on the ear present in the buccal cavity. Keep following, guys. As the mouth and external ear are closed, the ear finds its way into the lungs through the glottis. I hope you understand that concept, guys. Keep following. I will show you the mechanism of respiration shortly, the image. So keep watching. This act of respiration is called inspiration. So now I'm going to write inspiration. Inspiration. Write this, guys. It's called inspiration. In the lungs, exchange of gases take place, after which again the steroid muscles contract so as to increase the gap in the buccal cavity. At the same time, the lungs contracts, and due to the pressure exerted on the lungs by the contraction of body muscles, air rushes from the lungs into the buccal cavity. The glottis is now closed as the lungs are emptied. The residue air is expelled out through the external ear as the petrite pectoral muscle contracts to raise up the throat again. This act of respiration is known as expiration. I hope you understand that concept, guys. And expiration. The first one we talk about is aspiration, the second one is inspiration, and the third one is expiration. Keep following me, guys. So after expiration, thus during pulmonary respiration, from aspiration to expiration, the steroid and pectoral muscle contract twice. I hope you understand that concept. Very good. So the next thing we're going to look into now is buccal respiration, which is this right here. Buccal respiration. So I'm done with mechanism of reproduction. So the next thing is buccal respiration. Keep following me, guys. I will explain it now. Buccal respiration is similar to pulmonary respiration, but here the lungs does not take part. I hope you understand. Take note of that, guys. The lung does not take part in buccal respiration. The buccal cavity plays an important role. Air is drawn in the buccal cavity through the external nares by lowering the throat. The mucous membrane of the buccal cavity absorbs oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. Now the throat is raised up to expel the residue air from the buccal cavity through the external nares. Thus, the fall and rise of the throat, inspiration and expiration takes place. I hope you understand. The fall and rise of the throat, inspiration and expiration takes place. Take note of that. The hyoid apparatus plays the same role as in case of pulmonary respiration, but the stenoid and pectoral muscles contract only once during the act for inspiration and during the act from inspiration to expiration. In buccal respiration, the mouth and glottis remain closed while the external nares are kept open constantly. That is all about buccal respiration in frog, guys. So now we're gonna look into cutaneous respiration that occurs in the frog skin. Cutaneous respiration is what we're gonna look into right now. Keep following, guys. Do not miss any part of this tutorial. Keep watching. Like this video. Being an amphibian, the frog keeps its skin moist, which helps in cutaneous respiration. I hope you understand the concept now by the frog skin is always wet. This is the concept because it keeps them, it helps them to partake in cutaneous respiration constantly throughout their lives. So the skin is richly supplied with blood vessels and mucous glands, as well as there is poisonous gland in frog skin as well. In some frogs there are poisonous gland in their skin. A thin layer of white sorry a thin layer of water is present on the surface of the skin, containing oxygen in dissolved condition. The oxygen diffuses from water to blood capillaries. At the same time, carbon dioxide is released in the water present on the skin. This exchange of gases by the skin is known as cutaneous respiration. It should be noted that the source of oxygen from cutaneous respiration is water, while for pulmonary and buccal respiration is the atmospheric air. Take note of that, guys. I hope you understand what I mean. So now we are done with cutaneous respiration in frog. Now we're gonna move forward to physiology of respiration. Keep watching, guys. Physiology of respiration. There are two types of respiration: external and internal respiration. External and internal. So guys, we're going to talk about these two shortly. Keep watching. External respiration. The respiratory organs are richly supplied with blood vessels and a network of blood capillaries. The walls of the capillaries are so thin that the oxygen from the atmospheric air and water can be easily inhaled and carbon dioxide expelled by diffusion. Thus, the extent of gases in the respiratory organs like lungs, buccal cavity and skin is called external respiration. I hope you understand that concept, guys. So we are done with external respiration explanation. Now I'm going to proceed to internal respiration explanation. Kindly comment in the comment section if you find this tutorial helpful and you are able to understand what I'm saying. Thank you very much. Internal respiration. Every living cell in the body requires oxygen for its vital activities. The body tissue gets the required amount of oxygen from the blood. The hemoglobin and respiratory pigment is a carrier of oxygen. In normal conditions, it is purple red in color, but when oxygen diffuses from blood capillary to blood, it changes to oxyhemoglobin and become bright red in color. The blood contains oxyhemoglobin on reaching the tissues, gives most of its oxygen to the tissues and return to its original purple color. That is all about circulatory system. We are going to look deep into circulatory system in the next tutorial. Stay tuned for the next tutorial, guys. Circulatory system is coming up shortly. Circulatory system of frog. So I will continue now. Simultaneously, carbon dioxide diffuses from tissues to blood. Thus, respiration takes place in tissue is called internal respiration. So guys, that's all about external and internal respiration. We're going to look deep into sound product producing organs. So before we go straight to sound producing organs, I always fulfill my promises. I want to show you the mechanism of respiration. So guys, this is the mechanism of respiration. As you can see, I want you to freeze frame and you can draw this as well as you can list all these parts of the frogs out. So as you can see, sorry, as you can see, these are the parts of the frogs: the tongue, the hyoid, sternum, sternum, lungs, ear, esophagus, squamosal, anterior column, etc. So guys, freeze frame this now in order for you to have this copy as well. Thank you. So I'm going to proceed with sound producing organs. The last but not the least section of today's tutorial is sound producing organs. Kindly share this video to your school groups, to your classmates groups in order to help them on respiratory system of frog, and they will also learn more. Now I'm going to explain sound producing organs. In male frog, two vocal sacs are present on the floor of the buccal cavity. Sound is produced by the expulsion of air from the lungs. The sound producing or vocal apparatus is stimulated in the larynx, just below the buccopharyngeal cavity. The larynx opens into the pharynx by a longitudinal slit called the glottis. The framework of the apparatus mainly consists of cricoid and I itoid cartilage. The cricoid cartilage is a ring-like structure and produces a spin backwardly called the spinous process of cricoid. From either side of the ring arise processes bent downward which are bent downwards to form a loop, but processes join both processes join together transversely behind the cricoid ring. A pair of arytenoid cartilage as semilunar valves as semilunar valves like structure. Semilunar valves are present in the heart and they are semilunar valve like structure behind which the transverse process of cricoid is present. The arytenoid cartilage from the upper edge of the glottis which helps the glottis to close and open the slit. The laryngeal chamber is lined internally by mucous membranes and it produces a pair of folds called the vocal cords which vibrate when the air from the lungs rush to the laryngeal chamber, producing a croaking sound. Vocal sacs are absent in female frog. That is, vocal sac is present only in male frog. I hope you understand that concept, guys. Only present in male frogs. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I want to show you the larynx, cartilage and lungs of frog. I want to show you the diagram now. Kindly hold on. As you can see, kindly freeze frame now. As you can see, that's the cricoid, that's the arytenoid, that's the expansion of cricoid, that is the larynx, that is the spinous process of cricoid, that is the bronchus, and that is the lungs. Larynx cavity and lung of frog. Kindly freeze frame this or screenshot this now in order to have your own personal copy. Thank you very much for stopping by once again. I really appreciate your time. I hope you love this tutorial. Come on, subscribe to this YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell and stay connected with me. Have a wonderful and a blessed month. Bye and see you in the next tutorial based on circulatory system. Thank you. Good luck.